hello, I'm here with our wave team today. Victor Fernandez, world champion, Nick Baker, legend from the UK, Aloha Classic winner, and my dear friend Klaas. We got our new TriWave here and our quad today, and we'd like to explain you a little bit the differences and what's new, how they feel. We're going to go a little bit into shape details as well. Our latest addition to the range is the TriWave. Comes in 4 sizes, as you can see, with the thruster setup. Klaas and Victor have put a lot of time into testing these fins, and the last couple of days here we've been really fine-tuning all the angles, all the fin sizes, and I have to say I'm really happy with the result of this board. The shape is a little bit more stretched outline than the quad. It's about 1 centimeter narrower for the same sort of volume, and a little bit of a narrower tail. Bottom shape wise, we have a little bit of a lower entry rocker in the front section, which gets you going pretty quick, and a nice mono concave with a slight double concave inside it. A little bit higher entry than the new wave, than the single fin before, and a little lower rocker in the nose section than the quad. So it sits sort of in between, but obviously with a different fin setup. Maybe Klaas can tell us a little bit how they feel on the water, as he's been very essential in developing these.
Yeah, Victor and I have been testing for many weeks on these boards, especially in Chile in the cross onshore spots, because we really wanted to focus on that the boards are planing, that they work really good also in cross onshore conditions, not only in sideshore hookkeeper stuff. And yeah, that's why we were testing a lot of different fin setups, a lot of different stuff, even with a single fin setup, to make sure that this board is working just in every condition. And we have a lot of contests this year and in the previous years where we have to focus more on this cross onshore stuff. That's why I think we came up with a pretty good board for the overall cross onshore, sideshore adjustable board.
So I think it would be interesting for the audience to understand, Victor, when are you going to use the quad and when will you go for the TriWave?
Yeah, okay. Like for me, the quad is the more radical board. You know, I will use it in places like Poso, where you have to make those backside air really quick and slide around. It's really good for the takas, and the plane is a little bit slower than the briefing. I use the quad more for conditions like Hokipa, when it's small waves, where I want to make this kind of takas, you know, sliding around off the top. And the drifting, I like it more the other day when it was big, like mast high or a bit more. And I had more drive, longer bottom turns with more control and a lot of speed. And in places like Seal or Krilimura, when I have a lot of current, I think I will use the thrust, the drifting, because you can use it also as a single fin. When I use the 5.9, the big board, I want to be fast, pass the current, and have speed for the jumps.
Wait a second, something must be wrong. The mast high on the onshore board, why is that? And not the most radical when the waves get really big?
Because the board is a bit more straight, and it drives me longer than this one. This one is a little bit more loose. The board is shorter than the TriWave, and I'm more safe with the bigger thing on the back, because the board is holding more and drives you with more speed off the top. That's why I would take the drifting.
Okay, so to wrap it up, for a windy place or not as big waves, where you need short turns close to the lip, close to the face, you choose the quad.
Yeah.
For onshore place with a lot of current, or big waves where you need big drawn turns, you'd rather choose the TriWave.
Also, the advantage of the quad, I think, is that it's a little bit wider. So for, you know, when you need more flotation and move around on the wave, like snappy turn, really short turns, it's a bit better than the TriWave.
Well, I'm using the quad as it's the most radical waveboard and more compact shape in a more sideshore oriented wave riding spot, and I'm using the TriWave in a more cross onshore, still snappy turns, but still kind of the lift of a single fin style board, in a more cross onshore spot where I'm still want to hit the lip and want to do short snappy turns.
Is that because you're getting more drive off the bigger back fin, so the board comes out a little earlier and sits a little higher versus the quad. You know, the lift of the fins is not that big. You get a lot of grip, but on this board, you obviously get a much higher lift from the center fin. Yeah, is that the feeling?
Definitely, you have a little bit higher lift off the center fin, and you have a little bit faster rocker line that gets you going a little bit earlier than the quad. So you get more speed. You get more speed for the jumps and the takeoff. You have a lot of grip and a lot of projection off the lip.
Nick, maybe you can give us a little bit.
Well, for me, I'm not on the tour anymore like these guys, so I don't get to sail in such great conditions all the time. So it's really quite interesting for me. What I was excited about listening and talking to the development that they've had with the board, with the fin setup, is what the conditions, what the board's going to work like in the conditions that I sail in, and generally the real world customers sail in, which is often bumpy waves, small waves, not so powerful waves, choppy. And I wanted a board that, one, was fast accelerating, fast planing, but at the same time having a board really grippy and drivey along the lines of what the quad's doing for us these days. But at the same time, the benefits of a single fin, the way the board sits up a little bit more, has a bit more top end speed, a little bit more lively feel across the water. And I think what we've achieved here, what these guys have achieved here, it has certainly been that. I mean, I'm out on the water sailing on the first day, you know, hadn't been out in a wave bigger than a head high for 2 years, and I'm sailing mast high Who Keeper on the 86 and then the 79 and having an absolute blast. The next day we're on 4.2s down at Sprex and Baby Beach, you know, sort of waist high to head high waves, and the same thing. It was just amazing how versatile the product was across all the conditions. So I think as a end consumer product, from flat sort of bumpy sort of waves to really good waves, it's very versatile, very fast, early planing, but still grippy and drivey, which, you know, guys want nowadays from what the quad has given us in the wave.
What you're saying is your feeling is it sits a little higher out of the water because of the bigger center fin. Obviously it gives you that little bit of
Just
extra
that
lift.
little bit of lift.
And the side fins, the additional
Hold
grip. So you're right there.
Side fins holding that rail in the water, giving the grip and the drive as you're turning.
All in all, like Nick mentioned, super versatile board. If you're looking for an all-round board with high-end performance on both ends, this will be the choice.